Welcome back to Nightcap Chat, the pop culture podcast. We talk all things comic books, video games, movies, TV shows, and more. Today we are talking superheroes that do not work in other environments and some other stuff. I'm Blade O'Neill.
I'm Ken Brown.
I'm Lance O'Neill.
And I'm Steve.
We're rusty hats.
We haven't done this in weeks.
All I know is I'm the last one to talk at that bit. Everyone else, the pressure is on you guys. I'm always last. So.
Ken's always second. It's just how it is.
Yeah, so
I wasn't sure if there was a change in the guard or anything since I've been gone so long. I apologize, you guys.
It's like, did I get demoted to third or fourth and nobody told me?
I sometimes there's a lineup change. I don't know.
Well, this isn't sports. This is Nightcap Chat.
Exactly.
The pop culture podcast. But we talked about Genre Comics anyway, as much as we could.
Yeah.
We plugged it, right? Didn't we?
There was one episode we plugged it like 6 times.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was annoyed one time that you didn't give me credit for the plug, Ken. I was like, that was so out of left field. Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks, you guys, dude.
It was fun. And welcome back, Ken.
Yes, dude. It's been quite a month and a half. You guys, I don't know if you guys, talked about anything or not, but I did lose my brother a few weeks back, and just want to give a huge shout out to brothers everywhere that listen and, talk to family on a regular basis. Never take for granted how important family members are to you. And my brother is in a better place now. I mean, I could go on for hours, but if you guys get a chance, just go on to OLPH Scottsdale. The funeral's on there on YouTube if you want to check it out. There's a little photo collage of my brother if you guys want to get a little impression of what our life is like. He taught me so many different things and so many different ways to be patient and understanding of others. I think he made me a better person. And I don't know if you guys all know, he's special needs. He had a stroke when he was 6 months old, and he was just one of the most amazing people that I'll ever come across in this earth and this planet. I mean, I used to think that angels are kind of an awesome concept, but I kind of said a little bit of this like during my eulogy last week that I didn't know, like after my brother passed, I had the chance to live with an angel my whole life, and that was a pretty awesome experience. And Blade, Lance, I envy you guys so much. You guys have such a great relationship. Appreciate every moment you guys have. I don't know, Steve, if you have any siblings or not, but family just got so much stronger over the past couple of weeks. Rallying around my brother, I felt kind of like my brother was the glue of our family, and he got us even closer even after his loss.
Wow. Oh, yeah, we're very sorry. And we did know about that, but we didn't feel it was our place to say. But yeah, that's where Ken was. So I mean, Ken, obviously you have all of our sympathies and our love, but that's where Ken has been. So we do hope you forgive him.
I appreciate the forgiveness, you guys.
It's I'm sure it's not fun, but that was a great reflection. Thank you for sharing that with us and the listeners and trusting everyone with that. But we have a super fun show, and we intentionally brought the whole gang back here.
Yes.
And we've got Steve here too.
Intentionally brought the whole game back means he invited me, and Ken immediately thought that he was replaced from the show.
No, not at all. I'm always excited when you're on the show. I tell Blade, we need Steve on here every week if it's possible. But
I do like to try to derail Lance at any possible chance I possibly can get.
Yeah.
Just your love and passion, man. It's awesome to have you around, Steve, dude.
Thanks.
You're a good guy, dude.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, Steve.
We're all good guys, of course, but Steve makes me smile a little bit more than you guys, Blade, Lance. I hate saying it. With all due respect.
Steve makes me smile.
Oh my God! What is this? A paid advertisement?
I don't have the positive energy, Steve. Yeah. Steve just. Oh,
I know. I get sad. Steve ignores my text all the time.
Wait, what did you say? I ignore your text, you liar! What?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. See, look now I can stir the pot too. Okay.
This is such nonsense. So on your point, Blade, this weekend we went off-roading. This will be a very short story, and I got a new Jeep, so I'm kind of babying it. Oh, but in this group of, it's mostly veterans. It's just weird. I'm all excited to do it, and at the end, everyone's like, God, you have a lot of energy. You're so excited. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like the freaking chihuahua of every group that I'm in. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm just like, yeah, let's do something. And it's pretty hilarious because you just pretty much said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've told you that. I've told you that before, and you're like,
I don't think you've ever said I don't think you've ever said the chihuahua line before, but
I think I did.
Shut up. Did you incept me and did I say it on my own when it was your thing? Okay, I give comic credit then to Blade because even Sarah was laughing. She's like the Chihuahua, and I'm like, I don't know, it's a yippy little idiot dog. No offense to any Chihuahua fans.
I don't know. Well, I think you're more of a golden retriever, Steve.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Because Chihuahuas are annoying. You're not annoying, but you have like the lovable energy that a golden retriever does.
Because like I just want to kick a Chihuahua.
That's fair. That's
fair.
You know.
So Lance,
I don't like Chihuahuas. I like you.
I'm a Chihuahua still to Lance, but you guys a golden retriever. I'll take it. Sorry.
I don't really like dogs, so to me, you're just like a little
you're
cat,
just
you know?
Whatever you are. I'm not a fan.
A cat is a compliment in this context.
Yeah.
I love cats. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So Lance, I think real quick, you wanted to. You had a Fortnite announcement. I don't think I clicked on it. Oh no, I did click on it.
You did click on it?
I did click on it because I was curious. I wasn't going to click on it. I was like, I don't care. I was like, well, I need to see.
So yeah, Fortnite had a big update. You know, season 7's over. Well, chapter 2, season 7. Now it's chapter 2, season 8. New season means new stuff and new battle pass and new skins or whatever. Skins are pretty awesome, but they added a new
Superman.
Marvel character. Superman's already in it. Why are you saying Superman?
Because that's all I saw. It's the new Marvel
Superman was added like months ago.
What?
You could be black suit Superman or you could be Superman. Like,
yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know.
But they just added Carnage into the game.
I wonder why.
That's interesting.
So, level 100 skin is, you wonder why?
I'm kind of being sarcastic.
So it's just pretty cool, Season looks fun, looks cool. There's lots of new guns and everything looks exciting. Just par for the course for Fortnite, I guess, if you're still into that.
I mean, we keep bringing up there's a ton of different characters. There's also been a ton of video game announcements. So before we delve into the main topic here, so Billy, this is for you. I'm going to put Lance on the spot because I tried to get him an answer. Lance isn't on Facebook. So if you ever direct a question at Lance on our Facebook page, it's just going to be me trying to force him to like get an answer so I can type it out on his behalf because Lance isn't on Facebook. Feel free to keep asking him questions. And I mean,
knock yourself out.
Yeah. So, and we can even do this open forum here. So Billy is asking Lance, in the new Wolverine game trailer, there's an quote HLK 181 license plate referencing his first appearance. So I'm calling it right now. I bet while on a mission, you'll come across Hulk and Wendigo fighting and join in to recreate his first appearance. Does Lance's crystal ball agree?
Well, I think I do. Because I don't see why, if you're going to make a game like this, why would you skip something like that? It would be like, I don't know, you're not going to do a new character and do their video game without doing their origin properly. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it doesn't need to be like this crazy thing. It could just be like a quick little cinematic or, a fight that's just like a couple minutes. It's not like it has to be this like crazy thing. But I also, where's the hype into this game? Because like I'm kind of confused by the game because all they show you is like a bar.
It's a
like
teaser.
This is just such a tease that like it's like, oh cool, good company, they've done a good job with another Marvel game, and the graphics look fine. So you're like, but you don't know like who knows what they're going with it. But I think it would be a mistake if they didn't do something like that, even if it was just like them fighting and it's like a quick 5-second thing. Like I said, like maybe not necessarily show it, but like you hear like ching and oh, like the Hulk scream or whatever, and I think 100% is gonna happen.
So I want to chime in for 1 second, not because I know what your answer was, but because I had a question more wrapped around an observation. So on your show that you just did about skins, by the way, I loved that episode because I love that Lance was like, there's skins for freaking everything in Fortnite. And you were going through the list of how many crazy ones there were.
Choose your character.
Yeah. So that led into me infiltrating, and I will never remember her name because I always just call her Game Bunny. When she was doing her show, I jumped on as Tales of Steve. By the way, she didn't obviously listen to the show because when I said that, she could not believe I actually changed my Twitch name to yours, which was really satisfying to me. So someone else could get the joke because you thought I was just screwing around, but it was really funny for someone. She laughed for about 8 minutes. Like, did you actually change your name? She agrees that the smaller frame is way better for that game than a larger character, which I did think was an interesting sort of, I never thought about that before. I didn't play that game very long and I'm horrible at video games anyway, so I never noticed it, but that's pretty cool. What's Sony? Are they partners with Fortnite? Do they show up? And my main question is, will there be Ghostbusters characters? Have there been Ghostbusters characters?
Because there has, I think there's a Ghostbusters skin.
That's what I'm wondering because the new film comes out in November and I'm like, okay, they keep on taking these popular franchises. Sony is the Ghostbusters franchise. I was just curious if there was going to be a Ghostbuster because obviously the gun would be kind of cool. Who wouldn't want to shoot a proton pack? Yeah. I don't know how effective it would be in the game, but
I believe there is, but it's not like
licensed. Is it?
Like it's just like a generic one, but like wearing like the suit, I want to say.
Okay. Can I expand on that, Steve, too, dude? How cool would it be to have a retro Fortnite 80s theme? Like we have A-Team and Back to the Future
Turtles.
And Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Transformers, G.I. Joe. They already have G.I. Joe in there.
Wait a minute,
like
Gremlins.
Voltron. It's just like an 80s retro edition of Fortnite.
Well, who would you play in Gremlins?
Like I would play it finally.
Yeah, I would play too, but let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's a badass girl Ghostbuster. Is that from
before?
They
have one for like it came out in October 2020.
October 20 last year. Okay. Oh, when the movie was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of these skins have been releasing because I mean Carnage is coming out right now.
Yeah. The Black Widow skin came out like a year ago when the movie was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
So the deals were already in place. So the Fortnite releases are a little off.
That's why for some of these releases, there's been like certain weird releases of Marvel characters and stuff. And I'm like, I bet you it's just so random that something was supposed to happen in a movie and it's like that character was supposed to be there. And it's getting messed up.
Blade is kind of random. And why did you do it right next to Morbius?
Right.
Stuff like that. So Ken, where do you land on the Hulk appearance? Yes or no?
I've seen so many little like Easter eggs in video games and movies and stuff like that. I would love to see it happen, but it may have just been a nod to the fact of like it all started with Hulk 181. And it's just a kind of little Easter egg for fans that are really diehard Wolverine fans. And I would love to say that they're going to do that because that would be awesome as a great additional material to either download off of, the network or something that has like an additional pre-purchase type of thing on it. Yeah, DLC. But I've seen too many things like where I expect it to be more and I get disappointed. So I would love to see that happen, but I just don't know whether I should have my hopes up for it or not.
I think I agree with that. But my line of reasoning, I do want to see it. Like that would be the best.
Oh, absolutely.
But Square Enix is doing Marvel's Avengers. So where do video game rights fall in all of these things? And is it going to be confusing for people if Hulk shows up in the Wolverine game because people expect like a cinematic universe? Like, yeah, exactly. Because this Wolverine game is being done by the people who are doing Spider-Man. So obviously they can do Spider-Man and they can do X-Men in theory. right? And Avengers is over here at Square Enix. Lance, you have a
getting
retort?
Spider-Man.
What?
They were getting Spider-Man.
Yes, but that's PlayStation exclusive because it's Sony.
I say it's easier to
Fortnite's
do it in
getting Spider-Man too.
Fortnite doesn't count.
Wow. I say it is easier to do it in a video game because in the video game you have the opportunity to it's not continuity yet. Once it's in the cinematic universe, you have to work it into the rest of the stories. And so I can see the opportunity making it very much easier to put the Wolverine versus Hulk inside of the video game. And then if they want to do a different story to tie into the MCU, it's not dependent on the video game story, but you still get that for fans.
Oh, I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, these have nothing to do with the movies, and that's clear. And like the Spider-Man Sony game was already very self-contained. So I'm just not 100% sure how the character rights work on this because this is Insomniac Games' game.
Well, I would assume there's a little more flexibility. I mean, they put the Avengers mansion in the Spider-Man game. They put Doctor Strange's house in the Spider-Man game. Like,
yeah,
they kind of didn't hold too many punches when it came to stuff like that. Now, I don't know if it's just like, oh, well, that's just kind of like
it's a building.
It's just a building. Like you can just get away with it kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I feel like there might be a little more flexibility than we're realizing. I don't know.
So and I'll admit this, after Billy commented this, I came across this post and I just texted it to you guys. I want you to look at that closely because Billy noticed the Hulk 181 thing, right? You look at the cash register, the number on there is 1974. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first appearance of Wolverine the year it came out, right? Mm-hmm. Look closer. I haven't seen anything about this. Look at the chalkboard right under the Princess Bar. And then just to the right of Wolverine, there's a little piece of paper and there's some scribbles on it.
Yeah.
There's a secret code in here.
Yeah, that is most definitely some sort of a secret code. I don't know what the hell that is. That's not real words.
I texted it to you guys. You guys have it on your phone. So to the right of his shoulder on that screenshot, there's
in between his shoulder and like a green goblin. Zoom in right there. There's clearly something there. I don't know what that is.
But those same markings are on the chalkboard in the upper left. If you look right under the Princess Bar and right above the listing of the drinks where it says vodka and whiskey, right above that, there's strange markings. What is that? Right?
Whiskey and vodka.
You see it on the chalkboard? See there's the weird symbols above the whiskey and vodka?
Yeah, but it's the same ones to the right of his arm.
Okay,
too.
but what is
The
that?
same symbols.
There's a code. Nobody's talking about it. We gotta crack it.
Really interesting.
We gotta crack it. And
Now,
also,
is the
what is that thing on the
stuff
bar?
like
It's like covered in moss.
Yeah, I see it. What is that? That is super weird. Interesting. Did you guys like the trailer for Spider-Man, even though it's just a cinematic trailer?
Oh, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I liked
was
it a
Pretty
lot.
excited for it.
It was cool in spite of Miles Morales.
I still don't understand your distaste for Miles Morales. He's like quickly becoming one of my favorite characters.
No, I'm a pain in the ass. That's all.
I kind of feel
I
like
like
that's your token thing.
I like how they took. I mean, I know it's probably just for the fans who don't know anything or understand, but the whole like they're making you think the guy in the shadows is Kraven the Hunter, and then it ends up being Venom, and you're like, what?
That was
kind of confusing. But it's like they're just trying to hold off the tease that like Kraven's in the game, but the people that aren't like diehard or comic book fans have no idea, so it's going to be a surprise for them. Because the guy who's talking is Kraven. It's not the guy who was talking was not Eddie Brock or Venom.
No,
it's not. What he's saying made no sense.
Yeah, I did get that. I just didn't understand. I don't know who the hell you're talking about, but I did know that was not Eddie Brock or Venom until the very end. That last thing he says is Venom.
Yeah, it's come and find out.
That last thing unless I don't know. To me, it sounded like him. Up until that moment, I didn't know who the hell was.
Well, it was a Russian guy speaking. That was clearly Kraven because he was talking about like this is going to be my best hunt yet. Will you will you two give me that best hunt? And then Venom comes out of the shadows and says something along the lines of like, let's find out, or whatever it was. I don't even remember.
That's what it is. That's the line. Yeah.
Something like that. Obviously, it was a different person. I don't understand why there was any debate, because I saw an Instagram post like, fans think they know Craven. I'm like, no, it is Craven. Like, it's not speculation. It's a Russian accent. If it's anything else, then that's just beyond dumb and incorrect. Right, Ken?
I think it would be cool if it was both Chameleon and Craven.
Okay,
brothers.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they're brothers.
You guys want to hear something that's pretty hilarious? I don't want to derail this. Mm-hmm. I'm throwing out a sport thing, and I don't really care if Blade is upset about it or not. So there's this guy just made his like major league debut 2 days ago. His name's Siri.
Nice.
Okay. He just hit his first career home run off a guy. His name's Alexi. How crazy is that?
What?
Siri hits a home run off Alexi in his first career home run. That's insane.
Way. And
Wow.
Google Assistant was catching.
Exactly.
All right, now that we officially set off everyone's home devices between those three mentions.
Yeah.
Hey, Google.
Okay, Google,
No,
play
shut
Nightcap
up.
chat. Oh, no!
Yeah. Oh, you idiot! You
It's
actually
doing
did
it.
it to
It's
yourself.
doing it. It's doing it.
Joke backfired on the host of the show. Are you guys watching this? The intelligence level of this show is not what it sounds like.
Oh my gosh! I had to unplug.
Recognition.
I had to unplug. I did it to myself. That backfired. That's on me. We got a cool topic, and Ken, this was Ken's idea. So, Ken, I'll let you explain what this is.
All right. Pretty much like me and a buddy were texting back and forth the other day, and he goes, "Man, dude, imagine Batman in Phoenix. What would that be like?" And I'm kind of going, "Holy mackerel, dude, that is true, dude. He wouldn't be able to survive out here in Phoenix, dude. There is like Gotham City is Batman's backyard, but Phoenix, man, he would totally be a goon. Only way that he'd be able to defeat anybody is because he looks so stupid."
Okay,
that no one would know how much good martial arts skills that he actually had, and detective skills would be his only saving grace. You know, it's like that grace. I mean, just the fact of like seeing him with like a more or less a Hawaiian print shirt with bats on and like cargo pants, and then like in his
flip-flops.
belt would have suntan lotion and bottles of water just to be able to survive. And he'd be wearing like a sun hat with little pointy ears on top. And that would be like his way of surviving in Phoenix, and it would just be, it would just not work. Phoenix and Batman don't mix.
You accidentally just like used a huge one.
Because that's what we talked about, yeah. But that's the challenge of the show now. Batman's off the table.
Oh my God! Well then,
gosh, could you? If you were
add
Batman,
on to it, you know what I mean?
If you were Batman, what's the powder that? Like when men
talcum
like
powder?
Talcum powder.
Yes.
Talcum powder.
Can you imagine how much
Gold bond.
talcum powder Batman would need in Phoenix? Like, my goodness.
The first thing I thought of.
Black with tinted windows, how hot that car would be to get into.
Oh,
you know?
Hey, I have a black car.
It would smell like ass every time he got out of it.
Ken, he's not parking it in front of Target while shopping. He's going to the scene of a crime. Unless there was a crime in Target, that's when you don't like parking in Arizona. Is when you go to the freaking store and it's
how many covered parking is there around banks? Is there any banks with covered parking in Phoenix?
No, absolutely
exactly.
Not. So the nighttime rescues are off the table because the suit is too freaking hot for Batman. That's the point that we're bringing out here. A rubber suit in Phoenix, and the look on Blade's face right now, I can't tell. Are you
insulted
disgusted? Him. Did I insult you? What is this?
Well, because several times a week, my black car is parked outside of Target.
Yeah. It's 105 degrees at night, too, still. It's not like it's like 86 at night in Phoenix either.
Oh, my God. Lance knew right away I offended him. That was hilarious.
Well, I always wanted a black car. I don't care if I live in the Phoenix area.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm out of debt.
He's at good credit every day.
That's what it sounds like.
You know, Blade, you should probably just like apply for a job at Target, because I just feel like it would just be worth
I
your
could
money.
just be making money.
You just go there so often. You just might as well just be paid for it.
Even if I worked like a few hours a week, like the discount alone,
Loan would be worth it. Yes.
I have to go look at my Target app because I have the red card, so I get 5% off of all my purchases, and the amount of money I have saved is ridiculous.
No, don't do that, because you get sucked down. This is not the right time for the show. But if you start getting sucked down how much you saved, you start thinking about how much you spent. I did that when I was a Disney annual pass holder. I'm like, cool, we saved $14,000. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh. 14,000 is 5% of what number?
Well, it's 15%. Yeah, but I was like, 15. Oh my God, how much did I spend this year on nonsense?
Yep.
And that number is exaggerated. It was less.
Yeah,
I don't want to say how much less, but it was exaggerated.
I was gonna say, dude, spending $280,000 at Disneyland in 1 year is pretty impressive.
No, okay, I never made that.
What is happening here?
Thank you for doing the math. I'm just throwing out numbers. So, well, when you did bring up this show, Lance responded to the group as a joke with the Batman meme. And so I started thinking about it. But I don't know if you guys thought about Batman not working in Phoenix like I did. Because I started thinking about Batman in Phoenix. Yeah. What house is he going to own in PV that has a mountainside property? Everyone's just going to know. Like, you can't hide stuff in Phoenix. There's nowhere to go.
He would live... Or he would buy Stevie Nicks' property because there's a gate.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
There's a gate. Have you seen it? It's cool. You know, Mr. Mr. Realtor.
Yes. I mean, he would just go into one of the mountains.
I'm sorry. That was offensive.
Yes, I take it back. You'd be more woke on the appraisal side.
Because it is a valley. We're surrounded by mountains. Lance is right, dude. You can build his mansion anywhere.
Into a mountain. Just like, I mean, he's just going to get his back car, drive into the mountain.
Yeah, on the back of Awatuki, he's going to be one of those people. And then if there's something in Scottsdale, he's going to be like, cool, what's traffic like on the 101? It doesn't work here.
He can get a helicopter. He's a billionaire.
Batcopter.
Sure. Then Batcopter. Yeah, it's harder to pull that off. The city is way too wide. New York City or Gotham is like 13 miles altogether land use. Phoenix is the third largest in the country, and it gets bigger every day. If there's the crime happening in Buckeye, dude, just get ready for the commute, because he's going to have to figure out how the hell to get out there from South Mountain or wherever.
Yeah, because last weekend, the 10 westbound was closed at Avondale.
No joke.
So I got caught in this freaking traffic for like an hour trying to go to North Phoenix.
Listen, I get up at 2 a.m. to go to work, okay? I hit traffic at 3:30 in the morning because the freaking highway's closed. I was so mad. I'm like, I'm about to be late to work because I'm hitting traffic at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I would have lost my mind, Lance. I would have lost my mind. I would have parked it in the HOV lane and walked. Like, you can figure this out. You screwed this up. ADOT is awful. I've lived everywhere, and ADOT is by a landslide the worst. So
they closed the section.
Pretty much Batman would say, I'm not living in this valley. I'm moving on.
Yeah, if Batman was here, I would just shoot him anyway. You just wouldn't survive. It'd be over.
Well, Bruce Wayne would probably make more highways if he was
more
here.
Highways?
Specifically for Batman, but under the pretenses of, look what I have provided.
So instead of like the little diamond in the HOV lane, it has a bat symbol?
It's a bat symbol, yes.
We gotta take the bat highway.
How did we get this approved? The city council's weird.
We'll go to the next meeting.
Good. Start going to your local HOA meetings. Get shit done.
Guys, go do it. Hey, I write to ADOT, whatever. There's no light, and there's always accidents, and I have written them. And they wrote me back.
This is the wrong show. I got stuck in that thing for way too long last week, and I thought about you the whole time. And I'm like, Lance and Blade have to freaking use this to get home every day.
Where's the copter? Don't we have like a news copter to help us with local traffic here?
Yeah, exactly. The Batcopter, sponsored by
by
Channel 5.
And so I don't think he'd work here because of the commute times. He doesn't think he'd work out here because of his suit. And then Lance just thinks that he would take out Batman. Like he's some supervillain himself. The ego in this room is very diverse. In Phoenix, you are well represented, sir. Man, whatever the hell you are, I'm just waiting for Blade to say, will Batman work here?
Oh man. No way. No, they're all valid points. It's too spread out. You know, I mean, you guys are saying it's hot. The weather's freaking beautiful 9 months out of the year. You know,
No,
I wear a coat out of spite those 9 months out of the year. Sure, I'm hot sometimes, but I like my coats. I like my scarves. I like my furry scarves. You know, like I wear it. I don't care. It's hot. I wear what I want.
So technically, Bruce Wayne would be like a snowbird, and he would leave in the 3 months of tech
You would
out
snowbird
here,
in here.
and then the crime rate would be just horrible between July and
Batmo-
September.
Yeah, the
And they
Batmobile
would just-
would have the Oregon license plate like everybody else has.
Yeah,
They would just equate that the crime rates just has to do with the temperature. They're like, oh, everyone's so upset because it's so hot out. Clearly, it's just making everyone angry.
Why does the bad stuff happen when everyone goes back to where they live? That's pretty good.
Oh my goodness. But then why does Batman disappear in the summer?
And Bruce Wayne has what, double responsibilities in equal cities?
Yeah.
They're
He
like,
can't be a snow.
they're like Batman's a
Just not
snowbird.
Alfred back in
So
New
then
York.
would he just be Snowbird at that point?
Yeah,
His
Oh.
name.
Because he just shows up during the winter.
Oh
And then he
my
goes up to
God.
Colorado or
Wait a-
something during the summer.
Blake, you cannot be the first person to suggest that as a joke. Snowbird, and the logo would just be the steering wheel with the knuckles on the top,
Oh,
because that's all you can see, right? Snowbird? That is amazing. And it would also have the handicap logo on the plates. It would have an RV that it pulls way too slowly. And it would solve the only crime worth of solving when you're that person, which is the stock at your local Dollar General. And then you're going to really get things solved.
and you volunteer at the pickleball tournaments on,
Yeah, and
on
the
Saturdays.
The ball's awesome. I love that game.
Oh, so do I. Big giant ping pong.
Mhm.
Anyway, I love that. That was
All
the
right.
dumbest rant ever.
And we left bingo out of it too.
That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, Lance, what do you got?
Man, I don't want to steal any of the ones that we already said though. Like
We have to say the obvious one.
the obvious one is
one-
Yeah.
Spider-Man isn't gonna work anywhere that's not basically not a city. Like here,
Oh.
Colorado, name a city that doesn't have buildings. It's
But
not gonna
Name it.
work.
even then, like
it's
there has to be
easier
enough
to name
buildings.
cities that it does work. You could count them on like 5 hands. Even
Oh, yeah.
LA, he would only work in downtown LA, which is no one is there. So LA's out. The San Diego, what is he gonna do? The 3 buildings in the gas lamp district, and then he's gonna have to Uber like we do. So in that case, I think it's gonna be the same.
Wouldn't he just like wall crawl all through Phoenix? Not wall crawl, but sidewalk crawl.
You know what?
gosh.
Would be the sidewalk crawl.
No,
Ken, I'm gonna
no,
have to steal
because
your thing.
it's too
too
hot. It's like
Yeah,
150
steal-
degrees on there.
It's way too hot.
He's
gonna
Back
melt
to
his
the
fingers.
original Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he just needs like a news helicopter flying around and he's just like web onto it. Just
Yeah.
That's the easiest way. That's how Kevin Feige's gonna make it work in the next one.
He just
yeah,
went out
sure.
Sky Harbor and wait for planes to take off all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, just drop off where he needs to drop off at.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
That'd
he's
be
gonna
amazing.
be out
Until he
there.
gets
That's
sucked
why
up into one of the
James Bond tried to
engines.
bust him.
Yeah, exactly. The web gets pulled right in.
Well, I guess if Snowbird Batman is around, he can fly him around.
I just love Snowbird. I love Snowbird so much. It's great.
All right.
Yeah, Spider-Man's definitely the obvious choice. He just wouldn't work anywhere that's not, I don't know, New York
Manhattan.
City or Chicago, you know?
Yeah, Chicago would work. There's enough tall
Pittsburgh.
buildings.
Yeah, Chicago.
And
would
Chicago
work.
probably needs it. All the crime up there
Pittsburgh
right
would
now.
work for him.
Oh my God.
That's true,
Spider-Man
Chicago.
would need Spider-Men to handle the
Yeah,
nonsense.
we need Into the
behind that.
Spider-Verse in Chicago.
It's never gonna happen. Yeah.
Detroit.
Detroit would work.
Oh, that's not even
Toronto
fair.
would work. Boston would work. And
Toronto.
and then I think like Atlanta, there's like 4 blocks, but that's my point. Is there are only a handful of cities that it
Tokyo.
does work. Okay, now you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
Because
international.
there's places outside America, you know.
No, well, I mean,
Tokyo would definitely work.
Could you do all of
Dallas.
Tokyo and like the
Downtown Dallas.
Nah, downtown Dallas doesn't have many skyscrapers.
Okay.
They have the same. They look like Phoenix, to be honest. They're that same kind of size.
Cowboy hat on top of the Spider-Man helmet. It's the mask.
Cowboy Spider-Man.
Now I'm in.
He's got like 6-shooter web slingers. He's like pulling out 6 shooters.
You're Spider-Berry.
He's like got the 10 step.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right, Sandman. We're going to count to 10. 1, 2, and then shoot.
I like the reference.
Here.
Yeah, so that's another obvious one. The next one is obviously Black Cat, because she's not that good at what she does. She'd have to take a Vespa to get from Glendale to Avondale. I mean, Black Cat doesn't work in anywhere outside of Lance's mind. So to me, that's an obvious one.
I can't even comment on that. Blade's gonna have to cut it anyway. Oh my god!
I'm leaving it in. Well, I mean, Black Cat works best in New York. You know, that's, you got to rob the rich people, right? So, man,
I think she would work great. She would rob Scottsdale overnight. No one would know what hit him. She would just need to stay in Scottsdale. What does she need to go to the rest of Phoenix for? What am I deal with all these poor people? That's what she would think. And she would just rob all everyone else.
All she would do is go to clubs for one night and rob them all blind, and then she'd be like able to retire.
Old Town has got, they're screwed. Old Town's gonna be ruined.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, while we're putting everyone in Phoenix, how about Aquaman in Phoenix?
Okay, this is the next. I thought when you said obvious, I thought
would he just like instantly die? Like, is that?
He'll just start like flopping on the side of like the I-17 or something.
He could channel that corral, the canal that goes through the irrigation ditch. He'd be badass on the West Valley. Like
that was our Phoenix?
Yeah.
Aquaman was our other guy we discussed. And I go, he could get a job at the Sea Aquarium.
Oh, come on.
Just
the one aquarium.
Come on. That'd be an amazing show.
Fish tank running down the highway.
Dude, you're
no,
exactly right.
Like, the aquarium out in North Scottsdale, he's the security guard there.
Exactly.
And we joked that he would get fired after 3 weeks because he'd keep on getting in trouble for diving into the ocean tank and trying to play with the dolphins. It's like, sorry, Aquaman, you're fired, man.
Have you guys been there? There's that rotating couch in the center, and you would just see Aquaman down there talking to you. Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome. Aquaman would totally be in there for that.
That's kind of
He'd
sexy.
also be the GM.
The GM of Odyssey.
Of Odyssey. He'd be that important. Not CEO, but he'd be a pretty good role. Also, there is an aquarium on the West Valley with some sharks at Dillon's at the Wild Park Zoo. So he could absolutely do some damage if you are on the 303 in Northern.
I know what you're talking about. Your definition of aquarium is very loose in this context.
Hence the joke that he can do no damage. Yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think of any body of water out here.
You can go to some man-made lakes and
Lake Havasu or something, and just kind of
Lake Pleasant.
By Lake Pleasant.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
There's like no crime, just hanging out
during spring break with all of the houseboats, and then Aquaman annoyed that they're peeing and vomiting into the water.
Exactly.
But it's fake. So like, can he be mad? Like, it's man-made.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you're giving him too much credit. Aquaman is another good one on this list.
Okay, here's another weird one too. How would Daredevil do in Phoenix? Because he goes by sound and everything's so spread out in Phoenix. Like sound vibration would kind of drive him nuts because he wouldn't be able to tell where anything's coming from. And so would he be able to
you're assuming
make
that
it
he's
in
only
Phoenix?
fighting. You're assuming he's only fighting outdoors. For most
That's
of the
true.
Daredevil I've seen, he's kicking ass inside.
That's indoors.
Well, and he's a lawyer, right? So we have the courthouse downtown.
I want to see the Matt Murdock billboard on I-17 truck route.
Nelson and Murdock.
He would work.
Yeah.
I still think it might work. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's close enough, maybe to the airport's making enough noise, he'd be good, you know?
The airport security.
Especially if Luke Air Force Base is around.
That's true.
This is such a Phoenix Locals episode.
Yeah, no kidding. No, Luke Air Force Base. Like I moved away from. I was closer to Luke Air Force Base. I still hear these planes.
Where they fly directly.
You're
It's like no matter where they go, they
yeah.
It's like they're always flying directly over my house.
And they've been
no matter
worse
where I
lately.
go.
I'm like, I'm trying to record. I'm like, come on, guys. I'm like, I know, sound of freedom, but I'm trying to record this.
Love that.
So I know who would be perfect then. It would be Hal Jordan in that instance.
Because we have the Air Force Base.
Yeah, Air Force Base. I mean, he's Green Lantern. Protect the skies with the Air Force. I mean, he could be more or less a general in the Air Force out here in Phoenix.
Yeah, and then
leading a Green Lantern squad.
That's his reason to be here.
Yeah.
Well, how about here's something interesting. So Superman gets his power from the yellow sun, right? So what if Superman tried to hang out with like the Guardians of the Galaxy? Like he would just be nothing, right? In theory, depending on where they end up, unless it's by a red sun, which would be bad. But if he gets his power from the yellow sun, like Superman can't be Superman on Krypton. He's just a dude. Superman can't be a Guardian of the Galaxy because like, oh, I can't defend that galaxy. There's no yellow sun.
Yeah, Superman can't work in the microverse then, you're right? Is that the kind of same type of thing you're saying?
But the multiverse,
because there's no sun in the microverse?
Right? In a multiverse, he could, though, because it's just the same crap over and over.
Well, depending on, the multiverse
what variant you're in, right?
But it depends on which universe because it's infinite. It's an infinite amount of variables and infinite possibilities, right? So X amount of them have a yellow sun. So that implies that some of them don't. Right?
Okay.
I would say Superman doesn't work with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
No,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
like
go
too
with
much of
no.
a coin flip. Yeah.
Yeah. Like now, could he work on Asgard? I don't know.
No.
Whatever that sun would be like. But you're right with How do you know? No, they have like 9 suns. One
No, they
of them
don't.
might
They don't
be
have
the
a
same
sun.
one.
Hold on a second. We're gonna Google this.
Oh my god! I just made that up. Don't look it up. I was joking. That was a joke. It was a do not look it up. Oh my god! You are dragging the show out way more than it needs to be. I agree with Lance though. He does not work as a guardian.
Asgard does not rotate, nor does it revolve around a sun.
I'm glad you looked that up. You
Does it
proved
have
my
a sun?
joke wrong. It's lit. You can see stuff.
It's a flat planet?
Asgard is not a sphere like Earth, but a relatively flat landmass suspended in space. Asgard does not rotate about its axis. This is according to Marvel.fandom.com. Nor does it revolve around the sun. Asgard does have intervals of night and day of undisclosed duration, so some object or force functions as a sun. So that is not a yellow sun. So he would just be like, I'm Superman.
Hey, can I have a request? Can you name this episode the "Well, I Hate Asgard Now" episode? Because that is the funniest crap ever. Like, guess I have to hate Asgard now. Are you kidding me?
Why do you hate Asgard now?
Because
it's a flat planet. What do you mean?
So all Asgardians are flat earthers then.
Yes, that's my point.
In theory.
that is exactly what he's saying.
Wow, yeah, that's a good point. Now you got me thinking. You got my wheels going about other planets. I was so closed-minded about my thought process on this topic.
But there's more than just Earth.
There's more than just Earth. Huh.
And we can't keep sticking people in the desert.
I was gonna try to be objective now and use Boston, my other hometown, but I'm like, that's the same as New York, which is where all of it happens, so that's not a good comparison either.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use Kansas City. No, I'll use Bozeman, Montana. There we go.
Bozeman, Montana.
Highest building, 4 floors. Spider-Man once again still does not work there. But there's a lot of mountains to hide. No, Batman. Did I say Spider-Man? Yeah, I meant Batman.
Okay.
I like how earlier we decided that he was living in South Mountain. That made me laugh a lot. he takes the new 202 exit. This is so dumb. All right, does anyone else have a really good one that they're not using? Because I already used up my black cat joke, and now I'm all out.
Yeah, well, you hurt my feelings, so.
You should. I see some intense internet research going on by our leader over here. Do you guys see this? What is he doing?
I don't know, but he's getting really excited.
Yeah. What can you tell? Because he has no eyelids anymore? Like that?
I'm trying to find something because I'm aware of something, and I think I have a good one.
How about Hawkeye on the moon?
Yeah, because he would
I'm
suffocate.
Yeah, no, that dude, he couldn't be able to aim. Gravity would mess up his aim. The arrows go all over the place. Right?
Blade just yeah,
But he would suffocate.
Okay, say he's in a spacesuit, Blade.
Oh, okay.
Go to the moon in a spacesuit, Blade.
Even then,
God.
He'd be worthless on the moon because gravity. He needs gravity to make his archery work, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like Hawkeye's so good he might just make it work. Am I wrong?
How?
No oxygen?
So gravity's
he would.
Yes.
Gravity still works on the moon. It's just not as strong.
is different.
He would make
So-
it work in his favor.
So would Hawkeye be able to prepare to learn the gravity that quickly on the moon?
He'd figure it out.
Okay.
Not
This is-
immediately.
I gotta
Not
breathe up
immediately.
there.
So at
Not
first he'd be
immediately,
like,
no.
"Oh my goodness!"
No, yeah.
terrible.
But I think he could like dial it in. So like if you gave him some little bit of time, he'd be like, "Okay, so I got to do this," because he in theory is trained for all kinds of crazy conditions like weather and whatever. So he has a certain degree of muscle. Is it muscle memory or like muscle
It's just
intelligence? I guess, or whatever.
Shooting IQ.
Shooting IQ, sure, whatever it is. So I think at first, like if you just like threw him and he's at the moon, he's like, oh my gosh, it's dialed
Yeah,
in.
he wouldn't be able to. Yeah, his aim would be completely off kilter.
It would be, but I think he would pick it up fairly quickly. I don't know what fairly quickly means, but like he would immediately be like, okay, different gravity situation. Let me start to dial this in, because like sure, Hawkeye's useless. Like all he does is arrows, but like he's really good at that, right? Isn't he?
On
Alright.
Earth.
Where he can breathe.
I thought of one. How about Blade in Alaska?
Well, part time,
in
right?
Anchorage, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like certain
Yeah.
times a year, it's like there's sun for 20 hours of the day, and then there's
Yeah.
certain times a year where the sun's out for only 4 hours of the day. So he wouldn't be able to work there for like a couple months out of the year. It would just be pointless.
I just love the way you say work there like it's his job.
That is his job. To kill some
You know?
vampires.
Well, isn't that what 30 Days of Night?
30 Days of
Was-
Night is,
30 Days of Night.
is the
Which is
graphic
like-
novel.
One of the
This
worst
thing-
movies I've ever watched.
I kind of like the movie, but either way,
Did
it doesn't
you?
matter. Yeah. I like Josh Hartnett a lot. I like vampire stuff, and I thought it was a crazy. I didn't love it. I had fun watching it. I'll just say that. I have not rewatched it multiple times, but
Fair enough.
I'm a fan. But anyway, that's a good point. He would have to go there, and he would, just like that movie, have 30 days where it's like, hell, bitch, I'm Blade. I can walk around, and then that's it.
Okay, back to New York.
Just shop all the time. Yeah. I know he can walk around, by the way. I know he's the day walker. I meant his whatever.
Yeah. You're
Thanks,
fine.
guys. Thanks.
We got you. I was gonna say Antarctica, but like that would be even more of a. But there's nobody there, so what's the point? You just freeze to death.
So I just love the idea of putting people in these stupid places like Rocket Raccoon in Antarctica. This show
too
could
cool.
be so stupid.
Well,
No,
why-
Rocket Raccoon in New York City, would it work? Would
Yeah, 'cause he could blend
would
right
just
in.
get hit? Would he, or would people just
Thank
like
you for saying
hit him with a taxi?
no, because then people are like, oh, that's just a rat.
raccoon. And just hit it.
He could go
Would he just-
undercover.
Would he survive? I don't know if he'd
Yes.
survive.
Yes. You've seen the rats in New York? Like he could go undercover as just
I was
this
just
giant
gonna
rat.
say he'll kind of fit in.
Undercover, man.
There's raccoons in New York City. What do you mean? I mean,
Okay, well, whatever.
Are there really? I've never
Yeah.
heard people talking about really in Manhattan.
than that.
I'm sure they've gotten in.
Okay. I'm sure
I've seen them in Queens.
To that point, how did they get over there? Did someone take them in a
They
taxi?
take the
Did
bridge.
they casually walk there? Oh, I love it.
Probably swam across.
I went through the Guardians list to try to find would any of them work, and I kind of think that they all would work. So I was going through trying not to do the popular ones, but I can't really think of any more unless you start doing the dumb crap that we're doing now by putting people on the moon with no air or putting them on Antarctica where they're only going to be able to assault/harass penguins. I mean, what else?
Well, Alaska
would Groot work in Arizona, or would he just turn into like petrified wood? Like, how would that work?
Would he dry out? That's a good point. It's a very good
How
point.
does Groot's anatomy work? Has that been established? He works in space
No idea.
on all kinds
That's
of different
true.
planets, right? So that's a pretty
He
resilient
works on Earth. He
species.
landed here.
Yeah.
Well, young Groot did in Infinity War and
Yeah.
helped with my favorite scene of that whole movie. Remember where he waves to Captain America and he goes, "I'm Steve Rogers."
Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
I am Groot.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is
Well,
good.
Alaska raises some interesting ones. So, because if you think of characters like Werewolf by Night, he's or Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider becomes Ghost Rider at night, right? So he's another one who's only good for 30 days there. But that also sucks because if you become Ghost Rider, you want to come out of it. You don't want to be stuck like Ghost Rider for 30 days. That sounds awful. Your skull's on fire. No break.
So now you have a good question. I have a good question. Night, do you think that goes off of Central Standard Time? Or do you think it goes by sun up and sun down?
What do you mean?
Because if you
According
say-
to demonology?
Yeah, I'm curious. Are they at Pacific Standard Time or are they East Coast? Either way, they better get their stuff scheduled because Arizona doesn't change. You come over here, we're off, baby. It's the best thing about this state, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're
No
ahead of the
daylight
curve.
savings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ahead of the
definitely the
curve.
best thing about this
Well,
state.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's taking so long for everyone else to just
Yeah,
Everyone
agreed.
else needs to
change
get
this.
good. I mean, we're 48th in education, and we already figured it out. What's everyone else's excuse? Come on.
Well,
Let's
to
do
be
this.
fair, everyone else is smart enough to understand how to turn their clocks back. We're just too dumb here to know how to do it. So they're you know what, you guys, this is too complicated. We're just gonna throw it out.
Oh man.
You know what's funny is I was just gonna make fun of you and say that that's a joke from '95, but it's not because my phone changes automatically, but my microwave doesn't. My oven doesn't. You're right. That's when you would have to know how to change it, and I have never had to do that. Good point.
I've had to change my microwave and oven several times this summer because I keep losing power, which is wildly annoying. But we're gonna talk to APS about that. We're gonna have some angry phone calls.
I like it. Give them a good Yelp review.
That's
That would be
the theme of tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Bad reviews.
Well, I don't have any. Yeah, has anyone got any more?
So, what about areas that need superheroes? New Orleans.
Chicago, Detroit,
Getting
New
hit by
Orleans,
hurricane.
San Francisco, most of California.
You asked the right question to the right guy.
I know, dude. Here, but so who would protect New Orleans? Brother Voodoo?
How about
Strange?
Aquaman? Because it gets flooded so often, he can just
Oh my
pull the
God.
water back.
Come on, Ken. You just spoon fed him that joke. Think before you speak. Don't you ever
Home
get.
run.
Aquaman's already off the Pacific,
He can swim around.
right? He's
Yeah,
like he's not gonna, he's got other problems. Say Aquaman's occupied. Who's the protector of New Orleans on a regular daily basis? Because Aquaman's got more important things to deal with than New Orleans. We want an
Orleans is
official,
beneath Aquaman.
yeah. With all due respect,
Aqualad.
the fact too is that Aquaman's already got us. Say for it's state birds, it's state superheroes. Do you know what I mean? It's that Aquaman's already taken. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not
Are
saying
we
Aquaman
making
wouldn't
up-
protect, if
are
they
we
needed
making
to call
up a
in
hero?
Aquaman,
or
We're
are
getting
we
into a-
moving someone?
You could do either one. Like, who do you want to move in? Like, is Namor the Submariner? Do you know what I mean? So if you're going on Aquaman, if Aquaman's off the board or Namor's off the board,
Namor
like,
doesn't care about land people. It would never
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, Namor doesn't.
He could just be like,
So-
yeah, you guys can die. I don't care.
You're eating
He'd
my
probably be the one
crawfish.
flooding it, if anything. He'd be like, screw your levees.
so would it be like someone like Storm? You know, since she can control the weather.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
That's a
That would
good
be
one.
how
Oh
I
my
think this
God.
way.
Well, because
That's-
obviously Gambit is doing a bad job, right? Because he's
Well,
Yeah, I
Asian.
mean, he's too busy partying, getting drunk.
Gamble
He's
can
like-
He's
throw
too
cards
busy
at
being part of the
Hurricane.
problem. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, like Gamble is throwing cards at
So that,
Hurricane. What's he gonna
so you're
do?
saying that's why he joined the X-Men, because he tried to throw a card at the Hurricane and it didn't work, and he's like, I'm better off in New York. That's why Gambit moved from New Orleans.
Yes.
This is
With
the,
Storm,
this is the
would
best
be
show
like,
you guys have ever recorded.
Yeah.
Well,
but Storm would be able to handle the hurricane country.
that is a very
And
good
save those
answer.
people.
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina, I send you back into the waters.
Of Tallahassee, just
Yes.
not over here.
Go
Stay
over
away
there.
from our mess.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Ken.
Mhm.
I like that my head canon now is that's why Gambit joined the X-Men, is because he tried to stop
Yeah.
hurricanes with throwing cards
He was
at them.
no good in Louisiana. He couldn't do anything.
Doesn't work with tornadoes either. He's not going to have it cut out in Oklahoma or Kansas.
Okay, well then, at that rate, you can have like a C-list character like Whirlwind or something would have been a great hero in New Orleans,
Yeah.
because in theory that could be stopping hurricanes, right?
I think he's too weak. I think he'd have to be like Kansas in the tornado belt.
Okay, well there you go. You just got Kansas a hero. Whirlwind
right
is
there.
Whirlwind is doing it.
Would Mantis work in Phoenix? Sorry. I'm making myself laugh with these hypotheticals now. And also, what the hell does Mantis actually do? So, does she work in a city?
Well, it's like mind stuff, right?
Yeah, by touching, correct? For
Well, actually, it's not. It's
You know who I'd want in Phoenix? Iceman.
Storm? Oh, Iceman. Both of them.
Like-
Storm's
like-
gonna
like-
be
like-
really
Die?
busy.
Like the instant air conditioner.
But wouldn't he
Do you
run
know?
out? Doesn't he need like?
that's
Doesn't
true.
he need
He needs
ice
the
in the
moisture
air?
in the air.
He's
That would
moisture in
not
the
work.
air. He would just die. He would just die.
Just go to the canals to get moisture and ice up.
Go to the canals again, and then our water bills go through the roof. Ken, and who do we have to blame? You.
Iceman.
Ridiculous.
Dude, he can
Iceman.
create clouds to create more rain too.
Yeah, then we have to have him on a
With all
pick.
the warm fronts coming in through
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, and then our streets would be flooded because we can't do it. Enough with the Phoenix talk. This is a dysfunctional city unless it's 115 degrees. Cut it out. If we rain one time, it's accidents on every street and every road that you possibly have.
Because
Oh,
nobody knows how to drive in the rain
no,
out
they
here.
do not. No.
It's either too fast or too slow, and it's never in between.
So pretty
Except
much
for
we're
me.
saying
I drive
Phoenix
perfectly.
is the only city that does not need protection from a superhero.
Need it?
That does
Need it?
not need it.
I
No,
don't
you're
know.
saying because you're saying like Phoenix does not deserve a superhero because it's just too crappy of a
No,
city.
I
You're
mean-
saying.
No.
What? No, I'm a huge Phoenix fan. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying
So
that-
what do we need out here to protect our city?
How about
nothing.
Punisher? I wouldn't mind him.
A Punisher?
That's a good one.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I don't think
enough
there's that
about
much
the-
crime that we need the Punisher.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
we're
know,
pretty
just
low
kill them
crime
all.
city.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Put
man.
it
I've
out.
been
Punisher would be
robbed.
bored. There's not enough mafia out here.
I've been robbed a lot out here, and I've never been robbed in New York.
That's true.
That's because Punisher's there.
So
Fair
you're
enough.
proving our point then. No, I don't know.
New York's the
I-
safer city.
I thought of one that wouldn't work,
Which one?
Okay.
and might have to get Blade's probably gonna end up like censoring it.
And real quick, like Arizona's like the greatest state ever, in my opinion. But anyway, let's go on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just to clear it up.
Captain America would not work in Hong Kong.
Well, like Beijing, maybe.
I would want him there, you know what I mean? Good guys, bad guys.
Captain Britain in Montana.
So
Right.
It'd just be 1 billion people versus Captain America, you know?
Or in like Soviet Russia.
I'm looking at my pops trying to go through every character and see who works. This is gonna sound, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way.
It's the same dude.
Now I know this isn't a superhero, but a super villain, okay? Because of what their powers are, might not work. How about Magneto in like a third world country where there's no like metal? Like, what is he gonna do in the middle of a country that has just like, you know what I mean? Has no buildings or steel, and it's just like
Like the middle of the Amazon or something.
Yeah, right. He'd be completely useless.
Dude, throw Magneto into any jungle or terrain that's an interesting thought. What are you gonna do? Pull the blood, your iron out of your blood. Yes.
Well, that's only. Yeah. I think that's only if you have too much iron in your blood. But I mean, I guess there's always throwing the whole Earth off its axis and then screw everybody.
That seems a little bit much, you know.
It seems a little bit of a hyperbole response by being sent to South Africa. Relax.
Like, damn it! I can't do anything else. I'm Magneto.
You think he would just bring a little metal ball with him, and that's it, and just use that as his weapon? Just
projectile it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were joking, but that's an awesome idea. That's like Yondu's arrow. He just has it and he flies it around and smashes crap and flattens it and raises stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at that point, how about Ultron and like any kind of like very third world country, like depraved of technology. You know, like, I mean, nowadays, you know, that's probably a little harder to come by, but in a hypothetical situation, maybe even in the past, you know, Ultron ends up there. Where can he upload? He's just a robot at that point, right? If you don't have a network, depending on where you're at. I mean, obviously we're talking about very specific parts of, but I guess he can uplink to satellites, right? So it might be okay.
I would assume so. Satellite link has to be built in.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's not some crazy blood killing android and can't get to a satellite. I mean,
no, exactly. Tony Stark didn't build him up of a 28K modem. You have to plug in and log into AOL before you can update tonight. That's not how they made it. Yep. Howard the Duck in Atlanta wouldn't work.
I would just shoot him and cook him.
Exactly. This is just how it goes.
I can't stand Howard the Duck.
I just was trying to kill some space there.
Would there be anywhere Black Panther couldn't be?
That's weird. I was just thinking about Black Panther.
Because I feel like he would work in a city and he already is in like a jungle area. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like he might be like a guy that like you can put him anywhere and it's just going to work.
Where couldn't he work? Yeah.
Not in space.
He did a Daredevil story where he took on protecting Hell's Kitchen.
Wow.
One time when Matt Murdock was disabled.
Really?
It's like Black Panther, Man Without Fear. It's pretty cool 1 year storyline.
So Matt Murdock wouldn't work in any place that has like a judicial system where he could actually practice law. I mean, if that's the case, this show just got weird as hell.
The movie.
This is the what if this show went off the rails this much show. And I like it because now we're literally talking about people's employment status and can they breathe on the move. All right.
Well,
yeah, so Spider-Man couldn't work in the jungle because he wouldn't be able to get a job to pay for all of his web fluid.
But he can get pictures and he can email them, right?
No, I have one. Go. I have another one we've already mentioned who apparently has a different origin story. So I'm gonna throw him in. If you took Gambit, right, and you put Gambit again, and you put him in the middle of a forest, right, Amazon, whatever, South Africa, wherever you want. He can only make inanimate objects, right, into bombs, right? So once he ran out of his 52 cards, everything's just natural. Like he can't. What's he gonna do? You know, he'd have to find something that maybe like just pebbles and throw pebbles at people.
He'd be the most annoying superhero in the history of anything. Your windshields would never be uncracked.
Stop throwing rocks at me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else before we wrap this up?
I think we got it.
No, I think we got a lot of stuff.
That
I
was
just saw something funny off the top of my head, real quick though. Sandman in Phoenix, he would just be a glass repair guy because he could, you know, it's so hot out here. He could like, you know, make his sand texture. Okay, I can make glass all day long here.
but he could
He
be
could actually just take over the whole city. I don't know if
Oh,
anyone
Yeah, I
will
was just gonna
stop him.
say. Yeah. Palm Springs doesn't have a shot.
Yeah, exactly. On Sandman.
Blythe, California, please.
he would be the kingpin. You know, it's like
Duma, yeah.
Yep.
at any point, it's like I can just suck the entire city underneath the ground. You know, like this is my city. You know, period. End of conversation. That's
How
what I
has
got.
this not been in the comic? Am I wrong? Has Sandman never just been like, I'm gonna go to a desert and just
Take over?
take over? Like,
In-
is he just that stupid? Like, what is going on?
He's thinking too small.
Yeah.
Marvel.
I would say so.
Oh, this would be great part. Remember when we said they need to take over different areas and stop going for New York City? Remember when we were talking about that? Like
Mhm.
they should have a comic book. That'd be great. Sandman taking over Mexico or Arizona or something.
It's
Be
the
over.
whole Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a new country. Sand. This is
Sandman's
sand
the
country.
kingpin of the Southwest.
We'd never be able to drive to LA ever again, or just California. That whole
Why
drive
would you
is just
drive to
sand.
LA?
Oh.
I can't wait until the moment that you find out that you took your kid to Disneyland, and I'm going to be like, yeah, well, they get you on there once. Yep.
You gotta
Yeah,
go.
that's
It's
true.
Disneyland's fun.
That's
Yeah. Yep.
You're right.
But that's about all the time we have for this episode. Is there any episode or any characters that we missed? You know, let us know on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Nightcap Chat on Facebook and Twitter, and Nightcap_chat on Instagram. And if you do follow us on Facebook, we are doing a giveaway. If you saw the live video that I recorded on Monday, right before we started recording this episode, I did an opening of a package I got from GameStop. I ordered 5 Iden Versio GameStop exclusive pops in hopes to get a chase. And somehow I did not get a single one. And yes, I did leave them a bad review as I promised. So you'll
Wait.
see that on there. What?
Blade, the very common sense question here is: you bought 5. Why didn't you buy 6?
5 was the limit.
I just
so they
wanted to
could
get 'em-
keep all of them.
I just
5
wanted
was
to
the
get 'em
limit.
hooked up.
But the pop is 1 in 6. Okay.
That way
Only
they could
GameStop
keep
does
all
that.
the exclusives or the chase ones, right?
Yeah.
GameStop's got like a separate thing that goes up in 30 days.
I'm so angry.
GameStop Pop Chase
I'm
exclusive.
so angry. There's so many anyway. So I spent $60 on pops to get 5 commons, and now I have to spend 60, 70, 80, or $90 to get the chase. So now I'll never buy multiple ones from GameStop again. I'll go straight to the flippers
Buy
now
specific.
until they change that. So GameStop, I hope you're listening. I also hope you go out of business because I really don't care. Your stocks should go down any day now. So
They're already going
I
out
don't
of business, let's be honest.
I
It
hope
seems
you go
like
out of
it.
business.
They are, right?
I don't
By
care.
definition.
They don't have a good market anymore.
No, they had a garbage market, but we're going to get into that some other time. I have 5 Iden Versio pops. I'm going to sell the rest of them, but I'm going to give one away on Nightcap Chat. So look out on our Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/Nightcap Chat. You're going to see a giveaway post. You're going to have to, 1, like Nightcap Chat on Facebook. You're going to have to like the post, and you have to comment. I don't know what you're going to comment yet, but just follow the directions on the post on what you're supposed to comment. Okay? That post is going up this week. We'll be giving away 1 Iden Versio pop. I'll be giving away to 1 winner who likes the page, likes the post, and comments following the directions on the post. Very cool. Very exciting. Ken.
Pretty awesome.
Thanks again, you guys, for another outstanding episode of Nightcap Chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the topic tonight, and you can catch me at Drawn to Comics in downtown Glendale, 5801 West Glendale Avenue, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Drawn to Comics, and on the website, drawntocomics.com. Thanks again.
And I'm Lance. You can catch me on Twitch playing some Fortnite or some New World, which is a new game coming out that I think I'm going to be jumping into and diving into. And probably some Marvel games. Yeah, you catch me on Twitter and Instagram too at Tales of Lance.
You can find me on Twitch at Tales of Steve, where I go on and only talk to Lance and his wife when they're doing shows, and that's all I bring to the table. So thanks, guys.
And I'm Blade O'Neill. You can find me at Blade O'Neill on Instagram and Twitter, and Blade O'Neill VO on Facebook. I forgot to do the giveaway of the book, so I'll probably be giving away that book this week. So that's 2 giveaways. We're giving away all the things.
Nice.
I have like 10 of those codes. I need to start doing them soon.
I think this is the first episode in a while Steve didn't say his name is Steve O'Neill.
Yeah, true. You're right. I reined it in a little bit. I already stole your Twitch handle, so I figured I'd take
gotcha.
Steve is just secretly slowly trying to steal your identity, but it's just.
Well, I was. So my friend listened to your show and he texted me right away. And he was like, "I couldn't understand. Did you just say your name was Steve O'Neill?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of a stupid joke."
Is that who spent all day today listening to Nightcap Chat?
Replaying it, he said Steve O'Neill. Wait a
second, let me go back, rewind it.
He brought it up, man. I'm just giving you credit. He heard you.
We appreciate you all taking the time to listen. We love you. Be safe, and we'll catch you all next week.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Damn it, Steve.
What?
Say something.
I'm not supposed to say anything.
Everyone says
something.
What?
Now you ruined the after the credits
scene. We're clear, when I got picked up to be this, no one told me that was a thing. We all had to say something. You had the perfect ending. Wait, well, Ken didn't say anything. Why am I getting scolded?
He said no. He always said
thank you.
He said thank you.
Bullshit.
It's not too late. I can cut it in right now. I wrote it down.
You're gonna cut in my thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, what is it? Okay, all right. Now I have motive to listen to the post-credit scene of the show when it airs.
You do realize this is going to be this whole 5-minute monologue you thinking about what you just said.
Son of a
That's his closing statement. Son of a it's done.
Okay, note to self, I have to say something at the end now. All right, I got it. I thought your ending was fine. What am I going to say? I'm not saying anymore. I'm done. Stop recording already. I see you.